Now, what is decerebrate rigidity? What is decorticate rigidity? If you remove only cortex in a practical, it is called as decorticate rigidity. And if there is a removal of cortex as well as the midbrain, okay, it is called as decerebrate rigidity. Why? Because corticospinal tract will be damaged, rubrospinal tract will also be damaged. Okay, so in that condition, retinospinal tract will become overactive. If there is a damage to, cortex and midbrain. If there is a damage, this is cortex, this is midbrain. This is pons, this is medulla. If cortex and midbrain both are damaged, okay, it is called as decerebrate rigidity. So, rubrospinal tract will be not working fine, reticulospinal tract become overactive. Okay, and that will cause more and more gamma motor neuron discharge. This will cause gamma rigidity. So it will increase rigidity in all the four limbs. All the four limbs will be rigid. Hand will be lying on the side of the body fully extended. Why? Because rubrospinal tract, function of rubrospinal tract is to flex the limb, upper limb. So if you are writing something, if you are doing surgery, the flexion of upper limb, please write down in the red ink, the flexion of upper limb is by rubrospinal tract. So when cortex is gone, red nucleus is gone, hands cannot be flexed. So hands will be lying on the side of the body and it will be fully extended. Forearm will be pronated, and clinically this condition, when cortex and midbrain is gone, is seen in uncal herniation. So remember, in uncal herniation, cortex and midbrain both are gone. So body will be rigid, fully extended, and arms and the forearm, this upper limb will be lying on the side of the body. Now in the same condition, if cerebellum is also removed, what will happen? Extensors will work more, it will be exaggerated. So because of alpha motor. So decorticate, decerebrate rigidity was because of gamma motor. And if cerebellum is also removed, alpha motor will also start firing more. It is called as alpha rigidity, and this condition is called as decerebellate rigidity. Decerebellate rigidity. And what is decorticate? Only cortex is lost, rubrospinal tract is intact. So patient will be same, but upper limbs are flexed on side of the chest. You can see this one. If only upper midbrain is damaged, meaning by what? It means only cortex is gone, midbrain is intact. If midbrain is intact, rubrospinal tract is intact, hand will be flexed. Hand will be flexed. Body will be rigid, but hand will be flexed. But if upper pontine means what? Cortex plus midbrain both are gone. So rubrospinal tract is not intact, so hands will not be flexed, hands will be lying on the side of the body. So this is called as decorticate rigidity. This is called as decerebrate rigidity. Is this clear? The previous one was decerebrate rigidity, and this is the posture. This is decorticate rigidity, and this is the posture. The only difference is hand is lying on the chest in decorticate rigidity. Hand will be lying on the side of the body in decerebrate rigidity. Is this clear, doctors? Upper motor neuron lesion and lower motor neuron lesion. Remember, in upper motor neuron lesion, everything will be up. Muscle reflexes exaggerated, muscle tone spastic, Babinski sign positive. What is that? Flexion of grade 2 and fanning of other toes. Lower motor neuron lesion, everything will be down. Muscle reflex hypoactive, muscle tone flaccid, Babinski sign negative, flexion of all the toes. Okay, muscle atrophy will be prominent, muscle fasciculation will be seen. So in upper motor neuron lesion, everything will be up. In lower motor neuron lesion, everything will be down. So you can see here, this is Babinski sign. Normally toes down, okay, it is normal plantar response. And toes up, fanning of toes, it is called as extensor plantar response, called as Babinski sign. Babinski sign is usually positive in upper motor neuron lesion and if someone is less than 1 year, because of myelination is not full. So it can be positive even in the child if who is less than 1 year. So in less than 1 year of infant, it will be positive. Now comes cerebellum. Weight is only 10% of the cortex, but surface area is 75% of the cerebral cortex. There are three parts of the cerebellum. Stop.